creative to be working for us, why don't we pull them together and work with it and get people who we can identify once they have the potential in them. We would have to support them to be creative, to be innovative, and to be flexible enough to accept where we have to enrich what we are doing already well. And I use the word what we are doing already well because the traditional approach to learning, as was said by the presenters a while ago, is long gone. And those who would not like to catch up with the new system, the new creativity, the new knowledge, and the application of the knowledge we claim we have acquired, you'll be left behind. And that is very obvious. You'll be left behind. So what do we do to ensure that economically, financially, socially, technologically, whichever way, we can stand fast and ensure that we work together collaboratively in a manner that will bring results that will support the purpose why we are even here in the first place. It is important for us to recognize that we will not be here forever. And if we are not going to be here forever, what do? We need to provide leadership. And that's very important as leaders of industry and CEOs in diverse ways. It's important that we provide not just best or good, but excellent leadership. Because that is what is required now. Anything short of that, you are left behind. Excellent leadership, governance, architecture that you must provide to facilitate, and that's why I'm using the word facilitation, so you do not be seen to be micromanaging everything. Otherwise, you spend and misspend your energy. We need everybody. That's why there comes the word inclusion. Because if you don't get people to collaborate and be included in the pursuit of their own, to relieve themselves from the situation in which you find ourselves, we'll be in danger. And it's important to establish, finally, that when an employer employs you, whether in private sector, in corporate, other sectors in the general economy, that is, you are in government employment, SOEs, you still have a certain important role to play. Like my sister said earlier, you are to create the enabling environment, and that enabling environment can be measured, can be quantified, and value placed on it. Because it is what you do that the other person from the private sector come to get timeously, because time is money. Therefore, time wasted means money wasted. Because it appears that we have become champions of unnecessary work stoppages. We have become champions of announcing at a press conference that we are unhappy about a certain situation, and so we are going to go on strike. Ghana has become a place where we are so happy-go-lucky going on strike every 5 minutes. Even very notable institutions, including lecturers, including judicial service, including SOEs that are prestigious, they don't care about what happens to the next person. They don't care about the value of somebody's life. They want to go on strike just because somebody has not responded to their call on time. Now, when you have a problem and you are unable to resolve it yourself, don't go on the tangent of stopping work because your customers are waiting at the doorsteps to buy the products, to be able to get services from you. Like she said, creating the enabling environment for the private sector to thrive. Because all of us here, our children, some of us, our children, our grandchildren, are looking for jobs to do. They are not getting jobs because we are not creating wealth enough. The private sector is not expanding enough because the confidence to do that, we are demonstrating to them that we are not interested in the work, we are interested in the money. And therefore, when you are given a target or an assignment to perform, you do it leisurely. but you want more pay. Lastly, what I want to drop to the mindset of all of us who are still working actively, and even in your private sector, you still are entitled, because I formed part of the team that wrote the pension scheme for Ghana. And during the time we were having the conversation, we realized that everybody, including the informal sector so-called, you can still go after the third tier. You can be able to save and enter into that market for your retirement tomorrow. Unfortunately, in Ghana, we are interested in allowances and bonuses. Nobody retires on bonus. Nobody retires on allowance. When you're about to retire, they will do the calculation using your present pay. And so let's work hard and intelligently, generate more, be productive like Botswana. My friend from Botswana. Botswana is a country I love so much because we form part of the team that wrote their productivity plan for them. And I think that it's important to recognize that they are the most productive nation in the whole of Africa. And we must go and learn from them so that we do not go on this tangent of work stoppages, strikes, and looking for more money and not working. I pray that it will be well with all of you. That as leaders, we illuminate, and that is to say that we create opportunity for people to see and be part and parcel of the process that we are churning out. If you bring about light, everybody can see, will not be in darkness. 3, it is important that we value integrity. Integrity, we have no excuse for it, and it is not negotiable. If you are a leader, you either accept the leadership and provide integrity or resign from it. Because if you remain there, your integrity is not aligned with the thinking of the whole nation and the people therein, then you haven't done as anything. Then inquiry is about exploring the possibility of ensuring that we achieve the reason why we are brought here in the first place. Why are we here as a people? Why are we here in Ghana, called Gold Coast? And we are virtually destroying the Gold Coast by way of this turbulent and wicked galamsey situation we find ourselves in. How do we see ourselves as a people? The water that God has given to us to drink, we have destroyed the water, like how elephants go into water and disturb the water before drinking it. That's the way we are behaving. And I'm sick and tired of it. And I think that we have gotten to a place where we can no longer tolerate that as a people. And therefore, I challenge everybody in this country, and I'm not talking about government, every Tom, Dick, and Harry, the people who are polluting the water is not the government as we know it to be. Even though we expect them to provide leadership by ensuring that they take every necessary step to prevent the people and or have an early solution to that situation for us. I think that I'm saying is a killer, and we need to address it frontally, and everybody must get involved. Lastly, the point I want to say is that it's about time Africa and Ghana recognize that without having effective leadership qualities that would lead the people that elected us into office and not impose our will on them, we will not go anywhere. And I urge each and every one also to be willing to be productive. Otherwise, then don't go and work for somebody. Be on your own. Because if you are working for somebody, then you must be productive. Because without productivity, we cannot generate the required money even to pay ourselves, let alone expanding to employ the teeming youth that needs to be employed. AI is about appreciative inquiry. It's about adding value to who you are. It's about adding value to our produce. It's about adding value to agriculture in particular. How come we can't feed ourselves and we have to be importing virtually everything? The thing that we cannot we cannot be able to produce here, we can import. But that which we can produce here, we dare not continue that way. But I'm happy we have come that length. The AI of today, people are talking about copying and serializing other people's produce and picking somebody's image, supplanting it on something. That to me is not value addition. So I pray elaborate on this with time if you invite me to.
Of the people change when they begin to believe in themselves, when they begin to know that they too are part of the leadership, when they begin to recognize that no one is going to do it for them. That change that they desire, they need to make it happen, and they appreciate their own contribution, and their contributions are valued. Change will come, I believe. Public sector would have to encourage, support, promote, and project the private sector. They should create whatever it would take for private sector to grow, and creativity would abound. Productivity would increase, and Ghana will change. I just want to say that we as Ghanaians are capable. We have all the resources, but most importantly, we have the men and women with ideas, and we have men and women who are capable. We should create abilities for their capabilities to change Ghana.
Yeah, so I won one of the 100 Trailblazers Awards for tonight.
Tell us about it.
Yeah, so the Trailblazers Awards are recognized Ghanaians who have distinguished themselves in the area of business entrepreneurship, and the thing that have promoted Ghana's development efforts across over the years.
So what does this award mean to you and your outfit?
It means so much. First of all, it's a recognition that the fact whatever we are doing, even though you think that nobody sees what we are doing, so that people see what we are doing, they see the impact we are making in society. So my name is Dana Sariche. I'm the CEO of Isoko. Isoko is an agri-tech company, and over the last 17 years, we work to promote smaller farming and agriculture. We develop tools that allow farmers to increase productivity and make them get access to market. You also have tools that allow that to digitize agriculture value chains. And so for us, this award goes to the show how much what you've done, and the fact that whatever we are doing actually do promote national development efforts. We need to change our mindset. There's this mindset that Africans or Ghanaians cannot do anything for ourselves. It's wrong. I mean, if you go to several countries, like I said earlier, in South Korea, for instance, they have developed so much, but yet, if you ask them what really they have in terms of natural resources, basically you don't have anything there. Right at the time that we get independence as a country, our GDP was almost the same as that of South Korea. But now we cannot compare ourselves to them. And that's largely because they managed to move away from the raw material-based economy to what I call knowledge-based economic system that allow people to use their mind, use their intellect to develop systems that make things work and make things better for people and for ourselves.
What people made it soon, what done in